Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're walking between the clouds and the sun as MbL, playing as the Bohemians in blue, gets ready to take on Mr. Yo, playing as the Chinese in red. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings with goats and with scouts, and try to get up to feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the civilizational matchup, the clash that we're going to be watching today. Now the Bohemians are a civilization that pushes its players towards gunpowder units by making the chemistry tech and hand cannoneers available in Castle Age. Think Burgundians and Cavaliers in Castle Age, except now it's hand cannoneers in Castle Age. Now they also have access to an upgrade that increases the speed of all of their gunpowder units, and before you start thinking that they are just a one-trick hand cannoneer pony, the Bohemians do have access to two incredibly powerful gunpowder units, unique units, at their disposal. First, the Hussite wagon, not people's favorite unit, to be honest, but overall an incredibly tanky, powerful siege unit that's called the Mobile Wall, because it can actually protect units behind it by cutting the damage of enemy projectiles in half. Now, the second unique powerful unit is the Haufnitze, or for some of us who like the other name better, the Howitzer. This is an upgraded version of the bombard cannon with more HP, better armor, higher damage, a wider blast radius, and a massive, massive attack bonus versus buildings. But before you get too excited, remember the cost of upgrading your bombard cannons to Haufnitzes is basically the same as going up to Imperial. Now, to provide backup for these expensive gunpowder units on the field of battle, the Bohemians actually have a few pretty interesting and overall quirky features. To start with, all of their spearman line units deal 25% extra bonus damage. Uh-oh, lost control of an ostrich. Did MbL? Let's see if he regains control. So with that bonus, cavalry beware. Pikemen, halberdiers all come with 25% more damage. Next, you can evolve your entire monk line by researching an upgrade that replaces all of the gold cost of monks and their upgrades with food, not gold. Essentially turning Bohemian monks into trash units. You heard that right, trash unit and monk in the same sentence. Now, as every player knows, gunpowder units are super duper expensive, so to help pay for them, university and blacksmiths do cost less wood. Mining camp, this is a very feisty ostrich here, but ultimately does fall. As I was about to say, mining camp upgrades are free, markets work 80% faster, and villagers are eventually harder to raid because they do benefit from two monk upgrades. I'm speaking, of course, about fervor and sanctity, which make them move faster and have more HP. Now, across the desert sands, oh my god, looks like a bit of a interesting rhino pull here by MbL. As I was saying, across the desert sands, we've got a Mr. Yo playing as the Chinese in red, a well-rounded civilization whose economic bonuses and strong tech trees mean the player has a lot of options on how to crush their enemies. To start with, all Chinese technologies get progressively cheaper starting in feudal. Their farms start with 10% more food. Their town centers support 10 population space instead of the usual 5, and you do hit the ground running with 3 extra villagers, but 200 less food, 50 less wood. Now, to help defend your economy against raid, these town centers come with extra line of sight. Check this out. Look at that line of sight on that town center. My goodness. And your walls and towers can be upgraded to get 30% more HP, making them essentially harder to take down. Now, on the field of battle, the Chinese can field all top-of-the-line infantry, although they do not have the supplies upgrade. So if you're going to go champions, you're going to be paying a little bit extra for them. Their foot archers, their skirmishers are also quite strong, especially if you mix in their unique unit, the Chukanu. This is a foot archer that fires multiple arrows, can be upgraded to get even more attack. Where are you going? You are going to mine stone at the 7-minute mark of the game. So I think we kind of know what that means. It's Mr. Yo. He's mining stone. Where them towers gonna go? We'll see where he decides to plop them down. Now, while the Chinese cavalry is pretty decent, it really is their siege that might be a pain in the ass to deal with, since their scorpions can be upgraded to get a massive plus for attack. There they are. We knew that something like this is going to happen. We know who we're watching by now. In any event, those are the two civs. These are the two players. Let's take a look at the map. MbL open in the front. My favorite, lemon bushes, also very exposed. Mysterio, by the way, has seen where his opponent is. Looks like MbL has also just now, at the 8.5-minute mark, discovered just the tip of Mysterio's base. Hasn't really gone into the ooey gooey center, although I suspect having seen this felled tree here, might think he knows exactly where his opponent is. And here we go. A tower already up. Oh my goodness. Mysterio wasting no time, no moss growing under his ass, as the expression goes. He pulls 3 villagers though. Where are they going? I don't see anything else being built here. Another tower going up for him. This is a ballsy attack by Mysterio, who has been known in the past to do quite ballsy attacks. In any event, where is our Bohemians gold? Most important, if you're going to be playing a gunpowder civilization, gold is definitely something you're going to want. And here we go, Mysterio with the wall-offs, as we saw in the previous game I casted. But MbL, his gold, nice and secure in the back. This tower should keep Mysterio away for now, at least from that gold. Where's his primary stone? Oh no. So his tower placement ability, construction, is limited, because now he's going to lose access to this stone. Has he discovered the stone here to the left? Yes, he has. Okay, so he knows where there's an alternative stone patch. At the same time, he's pushing out with 2 militias and a scout and a big dream if he expects anything to happen with these 3 units. Mysterio's primary gold nice and secure in the back. His stone nice and secure in the back. First blood here does go to Mysterio as well, getting MbL's scout already. And take a look at this. Mysterio, forest right in the forward position to block any kind of aggression, whereas MbL, his force is a little bit off to the side. Although I think in terms of closeness, MbL's forests look like they are a little bit closer to their town center than Mysterio's, although maybe not. Maybe not. It looks like a fairly equal spawning of a map, who's kidding who. The only issue here, of course, for MbL is the stone, which is in the very forward position. That being said, this tower is already almost dead. This tower is basically dead. There it goes. So Mysterio's aggression here has been stopped dead in its tracks. This getting nothing accomplished. Back home, he's repairing. His stone count still has 3 villagers on stone. Does Mysterio? Villager on tower on archer. The violence. Oh no, now the what was this? I think that was the second archer, or was it the first? Where's the other one? Oh, it's inside the tower. No, it's inside the archery range. So I think this tower got yeah, he got the 1 archer kill. I wonder, I thought I saw 2 towers there for a second. Maybe the villagers killed it, maybe the scout killed it, maybe something killed it and I obviously missed it. But this tower looks like it's surviving. HP going up. What was once in the 300 ranges is now back up to the 700 ranges. Villagers say not today. I don't think Mysterio even lost a single villager there to those 2 militias. 1 villager gets really knocked down in HP, but the real story continues to be the front of MbL's base, and Mysterio says F that. I have overstayed my welcome. I have 47 stone, and look at that. Stopping the archers from chasing the villagers with a well-placed gate, but there's an alley between these houses. So a cheeky move there by Mysterio. Unfortunately, MbL had another an alternative exit, and now the villager will die. Let's see if he notices that this villager has snuck. I think he must have noticed that she snuck to the south there. For now, not really noticing. And look at that. MbL has held. He's down 7 villagers, 8 villagers though, at the 15-minute mark of the game. Oh no. He's down 40% villager count. His archer missed this 1 villager who is going here. I mean, what do you do against a player like Mysterio? You have to build outposts. You have to go Ethiopians every single time so you can build 1 million outposts without getting into your stone count. And look at this. MbL realizes, hey, wait a second, there's a bit of a nook here. I know who I'm playing against. And will he discover? Yes, he does. He discovers the villager. He discovers the outpost. At the same time, MbL is now moving forward with these 3 archers. 2 kills for them. Probably won't get a third unless he targets that 1 super duper weak one, which he looks like he already did. But what's left here for Mysterio? A house and some palisades. But look at this. I'm going to zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Look at Mr. Yo's vision of MbL's base. Leaving a little bit of infrastructure behind. The outpost to the back. One more. And she is done. Lost an archer here, did MbL. But now the players have disengaged. Both have taken pot shots at each other. It looks like Mr. Yo being more successful. 13 kills to 4. 7 villager kills to 3. And he's up 6 villagers. So MbL is closing the gap. Credit where credit is due. Unfortunately, it's still a huge gap. It's still a 20% villager gap at these early stages of the game. Although I shouldn't say early. Well, there might be a GG coming soon. You never know. And now MbL getting vision of his own base. This is the last thing you want to have to do against an aggressive player like Mr. Yo. Hold back your armed forces and try to see if he snuck anything around you. House does end up falling. This house is still around. Has he seen the house? Yes, he has. What is our Bohemians infrastructure? What is he building here? A blacksmith, an archery range, a stable. Okay, so he has the structures to go up to castle. What he doesn't have are the resources. 2 archers flank and right, 5 archers and a scout flank and left. Full health scout should be able to shoo away these skirmishers, giving room for the archers to pick away at these villagers. Beautiful synergy here by MbL with the scouts and the archers, but 2 archers already die. Oh no, disastrous adventure here for our blue Bohemian, who also lost his archers in army group right. Oh no. Things are going real bad here for MbL. This is not the best of starts for him, but for Mr. Yo, a pretty damn good start, I would say. 17 kills to 6. Although our Bohemian did manage to check another notch off his villager kill belt. He's got an archery range, a blacksmith, so he also has the structures. No one yet has the resources to go up to the next stage. MbL's got the gold. Mr. Yo has nothing. He has 3 gold and 1 villager on gold. MbL, though, continuing to circle undeterred by the deaths. And now 3 skirmishers versus 1 archer is never a fight you want to take. Uh-oh. Which way are you going to go, Mr. Bohemian? Are you going to go left or right? Roll the dice. Heads left, tails right. By the way, let me know in the comments. Am I the only person? My wife laughs at me a lot. No, my wife laughs at me a lot that when I can't make up my mind. So like when we want to order food and we have 2 options and we're both kind of indifferent, I always just open Google. I search coin flip and I just flip a coin. Am I the only one who does that? And not for silly things, for like me, like where do you want to go on vacation? You have this city, you have that city. You want to go to New York? You want to go to Miami? You want to go to Vegas? Let's do the best of coin flips and see where we're going. Am I really the only one who does that? There must be other people who are as bonkers as I am out there. Let me know in the comments below if you are one so that I can rub it in my wife's face. Oh, I am of course just kidding. I am not kidding though. I will let her know that there are others like me, if there are others like me, or let me know if I'm just a little tiny bit crazy. Meanwhile, what's crazy is taking on scouts with skirmishers. Although no real choice. I mean, this one could have probably run away. But what's the point of saving a single skirmisher? Kill count 20 to 13. No additional villager kills since the early opening salvos of the game. And now it is our Bohemian with 4 times the army supply. He's 18 seconds away from castle. Let's see if he makes use of that juicy Bohemian. I mean, their whole personality, if we can say a civilization has a personality, is built around chemistry and Castle Age, in my opinion. Although I did see a fun game. I didn't actually end up casting it, where it was, I think it was a diplomacy map. And it ultimately ended up being a pretty bad, boring game. Monastery Ark of the Covenant will be lowered into its secret compartment. It was a pretty bad game ultimately, but it was interesting because there was a player playing Bohemians, and I've done this before as well. Let me know if you have on maps like Nomad or Diplomacy, where you have to start with building your town center from scratch. You just go pikemen. Pike, 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 pike. All the livelong day, especially against cavalry civilizations. Instead of the 22 attack, there's another 25% added to that. And if you could, if you can even get halberdiers, that 32 plus attack against cavalry becomes 40, which is just super bonkers. But what's that is neither here nor there. A game that I never casted. In any event, our Chinese pushing out with one knight. He's got another one, probably this unit. There we go. I saw a red dot heading this way, and now these scouts have to back away. I mean, keep your distance, keep an eye on your opponent, which is what I think MbL is going to do with these units. Poking and prodding, not really necessary at this stage. Just keep an eye out, build your own army. And it looks like there was a convert on this knight. And now we've got one knight and one knight. One knight apiece. 37 villagers to 42. So again, our Bohemian is closing the distance. What used to be 8 is now 5 villager difference. Plus he's got a second town center just completing, but our Chinese had a second town center a little bit quicker than our Bohemian. Will he take the high ground and fight, or will he just keep running this knight ragged? Uh-oh, not good for this red knight with very bad HP. It ultimately does die to this tower that has been here for the longest time. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about for MbL. Keep your scouts alive. That way you can see things like this, the third town center for the Chinese going up, so you know that there may not necessarily be a big army coming your way. I mean, it's Mr. Yo. You should suspect an army is coming your way, and these two units, both with a crazy amount of vision, see each other. The knight should be able to absolutely wreck all of these. The monk has to deke. The monk has to deke. Okay, so far doing a good job. Of course, right as I say that, takes a javelin to the back of the head and dies. But yeah, one monk for 3 skirmishers. Total resources loss here in favor of MbL. If he can get all 5. Okay, 3 is also not bad. It sucks losing 100 gold, but 3 skirmishers is also not, it wasn't free. I would love it for him to get rid of this house already. Again, take a look at Mr. Yo's vision. MbL had his scouts running around Mr. Yo's base. Mr. Yo doesn't need that. He still has his outpost here. Why is this thing still up? Why is it still there? Now, the monks probably doing the last thing they wanted to be doing, which is shooing away skirmishers. What are you? Light cavalry moving into the right side of the map, and these 2 scouts have absconded from Mr. Yo's base. Oh my god, he gets a convert. He gets a convert, deletes it. And now crossbows versus elite skirmishers. I don't know if the crossbows really want to engage here. Okay. Mr. Yo just deleting his skirmisher there. Uh-oh. Monk is undefended. But sees all the crossbows and decides to... Oh no, F that. Way too risky. Monks might want to get that relic. 0 relics apiece at this point. And now the light cav that we saw coming down earlier has entered into the gold zone. But MbL says, you know what? No point in reinforcing this with any kind of military. I'll just surround you, kill you. We're still fairly early on in Castle Age. Ballistics for our Bohemian. Good luck trying to convert a scout. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Another town center, a 3rd for our Bohemian, a 3rd as we saw already up. So villager lead. Surprising with an extra town center that the villager advantage continues to be just 5 here, and more harassment of the gold line. Mr. Yo knows exactly where to apply the pressure. Does finally manage to get the monk snipe that he was been looking for the last few minutes. Siege Workshop, Red sees it. Will it be enough to shoo away his units? Why would it be? He's got skirmishers here against crossbows. This might even be enough to one-shot these crossbows. These are not Vietnamese that come with extra HP. These are just basic crossbows, and now there's 8 skirmishers to 8 crossbows. No, MbL, this is not a fight you want to take. Realizes it after losing 3/8 of his army and decides to back away. You guys must be on patrol command, right? Yeah, they must be on patrol command, as is this random spearman at the 34-minute mark of the game. Mysterio sending yet another scout, and this time into Terra Incognita, finds himself another relic. We know how much Mysterio loves pinching relics, but right now it's our Bohemian who has 1-0. And finally, something. What are you, a crossbow? Slowly picking and poking at that house, decides to stop. Okay. I mean, you've got knights here doing nothing. Send them. Attack the house. Blind your opponent. Make sure they can't see nothing. Now our Bohemian with 20 army supply. I mean, army supplies aren't that crazy different. 21 to 18. Let's see what the actual composition is before the players engage, because I suspect a lot of Mr. Yo's army is ranged, if not all. 12 skirmishers. Chukanu are out. Yes. One of the coolest units in the game. Oh no, Mr. Yo, where are you going? Where are you going with these? And why is MbL chasing with crossbows? You don't need to. Don't jeopardize your crossbows. Two of the scouts are super weak, but oh, was it a trap? Was it all just to bait them into the Chukanus? It could very well possibly have been, or that could just have been a way it worked out there. Where are you going? Okay. An interesting location for a castle. King of the Hill, surrounding desert lands. Does manage to get a gold patch, a bit of a stone thing under here as well. He does see the stone. Oh no, Mr. Yo's army is trapped. Literally between a rock and a hard place. In come the monks. Who are they focusing on? The skirmishers? Can't really tell, right? Can you tell? Definitely on the right, the skirmishers. Did try to snipe a mangonel, failed. Then tried to snipe a monk, failed. Mr. Yo here not getting lucky at all. Army supply, he's down 10, and now our Bohemian is ahead in army supply, in villager count rather. And these skirmishers, I mean, look at this. The outpost is still there. Why are you reminding that your opponent that the outpost is there? Don't go next to it. If he kills you, then he'll kill the outpost. Mr. Yo, though, says, you know what? I know he's going to kill the outpost. I don't care. I just want to distract this group of 10 army supply, because without it, we're basically 17 to 11. But let's see. I'm seeing infrastructure go down for our red Chinese. 3 archery ranges, 1 stable, and another light cav. Is he going to just go? So he's just sending individual light calves. I think he might be hoping to snipe a monk. If he can catch one. For now, though, he's going to run straight by this mangonel. No, he pivots left. No, he pivots right. Does he notice? No, he does not. The mangonel notices, kicks into action. More Chukanus, more skirmishers. Imperial for both, but our Chinese will reach it a minute and a half earlier. And let's see what kind of pressure Mr. Yo can apply here with that kind of... That's a massive advantage, but he's now down 7 villagers. He's down 7 army supply. Okay, so this was all for the gold. Zebra gets killed. Ostrich. Are these guys carrying food? Yeah, look at that. The villagers are carrying food. So the second they complete it, the food will get dropped off. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. I thought he was going to miss it. 2 Bohemian monks die for nothing. I don't think I saw Hussite reforms being researched, meaning they do not cost food yet. Obviously, I didn't see it being researched because he's not yet an Imperial, and that is an Imperial Age technology. Defensive castle for our Bohemian. Interesting placement. Not too sure about this. There's a lot of congestion here right next to this castle, and a Treb is already out. Skirmishers dying to the left, skirmishers in the center see this castle. Treb sees it, immediately starts shelling away at it. Mr. Yo has another Treb in production. Oh yeah, he's going ranged. He's getting wood upgrades, he's getting archer upgrades. Bracer for our Bohemian as well, so he wants to go ranged as well. And a big battle here. The Chukanu, the skirmisher force, dies. Splitting the units all right as 2 mangonels come out. And let's see if he can save these trebs. I don't know why the mangonels aren't just firing on the trebs. Okay, 1 treb down. Boom. 2nd treb down. Beautiful play out of our Bohemian, and now adds a bombard cannon. 4 Hussite wagons. I know the pros hate this unit. Oh no, he entered into the castle firing zone for some reason with those 2 mangonels. You know, when I was making my June update video, and if you're not familiar, in June, the developers released a mega update, one of their omnibus giant updates, where they changed like a million things about the civs in the game in order to make the game better and to quote unquote balance the civilizations. One of the changes was the frame rate for this Hussite wagon in an effort to make it more microable, if that's a word. Easier to micro, let's put it like that. And in researching the Hussite wagon and kind of seeing what do the players think about it, what do other casters think about it, you know, what does Spirit of the Law, Ornlu, what do people generally think about the Hussite wagon? Man, I thought people hated the Bengali Rata. Nuh-uh, nothing compared to the hate that this unit gets. The Bengali Rata hate is just very simple. It's way too weak against way too many units, takes way too much damage. This unit, people have a million arguments as to why they hate it. Too clumsy, not enough damage, misses, too slow, not maneuverable. So the developers decided to make it a little bit more maneuverable, not something you see every day. Spearmen not able to fire. I guess they're on defensive stand, not able to fire because remember, these guys have a minimum range of 1. So a bloodbath ensues here. Villagers taking matters into their own hands. Mr. Yo sees the placement of another castle, another siege workshop, as he himself places a castle. This game is going very bonkers very quickly at the 45-minute mark of the game. 3 rams in here. They are capped. They are moving forward past villagers mining stone. The villagers say, nah, not on our watch. We may not be Spanish villagers, but let's see. We move faster. We have more HP, fervor, sanctity. Take a look at the stats on these guys. Loom, fervor, and sanctity just makes them pretty damn cool in my books. Another town center going up. Probably not for this 15 gold, to be honest. Probably more for the wood. Chukanu's light cab raiding to the south, to the north. MbL's expanding with another castle. Holy moly, how many castles are these players going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4 castles for our Bohemian, who's now new town center comes under attack. Man, the Chukanu, such a cool unit. Now a Treb and a Ram. The villagers get split up. Okay, so the castle, which is on a hill. Oh no, why did you stop it? Why did you stop attacking the Ram? Only 1 villager's attacking the Ram. Oh no. Why are you stopping it? Why did you stop attacking the Treb? What is going on? What is happening? What? I am very confused as to why those villagers stopped attacking that Ram and the Treb. But the Hussite wagons are moving forward. Take a look at how chonky they are. They're like Korean war wagons. 200 HP, 17 attack. Now he's luring the light cab into the castle firing zone. Castle versus castle. Looks like Mr. Yo's Treb was in range of this castle. And this Treb is still here. Oh, what a missed opportunity, sending 4 villagers, but now there's a whole contingent of reinforcing skirmishers and villagers to repair. Oh, what an opportunity missed. Oh man, sour here for MbL, whose castle does end up falling, and now all of these villagers are exposed. If Mr. Yo decides to press, which I think, knowing Mr. Yo, he will probably press. Moving forward with Rams over here. Oh no, these are going to be siege Rams in a second. Right as I say that, it dies. Where are the other Rams? Okay, they're moving up the bottom of the map. These Chukanu have taken down a bunch of farms, a bunch of villagers, but the new town center still stands. Hussite wagons moving forward. I mean, look at their pierce armor. 7 pierce armor. These aren't even elite yet. or at all. I mean, I hope we get to see elite. MbL's resources are pretty terrible right now, to be honest. Oh, and now his infrastructure is getting cleared up here. Siege. Siege rams are... Where are you going? He's trying to save the bombard cannon. Where are these villagers going? Okay. So our Bohemian army, despite the fact that it's 47 units strong, is still relying on civilians to come and help it out. Civilians are winning the game here for MbL. His villagers, you got Hussite wagons moving in on the left, 7 of them, an 8th one on his own here. Maybe get the high ground, the Chukanu. Oh no. Man, they take a long time to die, but if any unit can kill it here, it is the Chukanu. And more villagers are dying. 30 idle villagers. I mean, MbL has 140 villagers, but so many of them are idle. Loses another treb. This castle, though, still stands. What did I see? I saw a bombard cannonball? No, it must have been from here. Okay, I must have been hallucinating. I thought it was attacking. Hussite wagon gets caught out by a few light cav. Light cav catch out more villagers. Mr. Yo is just everywhere. What an absolute nightmare to have to play against. And now the siege rams are here to the south as well. MbL's units are so slow. This is why the Bohemians have to have Wagenburg tactics. I don't know if he researched it. We'll take a look at the end of the game. But his units are just so slow. Pike, skirmishers, monk, 1 knight, 21 Hussite wagons. And now another castle falls. Things are looking real bad. What was once, what, 4 castles? Now is his last OG castle that he built. And Mr. Yo. Look, it's not the most technically impressive army, where it's not paladins, it's not elephants, it's not longbows. It's fully upgraded skirmishers, fully upgraded, I think, light cav and skirmisher. But look, he's winning. He's pushing back. 18 Hussite wagons are just nowhere to be found. There's 1, 2, 3 of them down here. Bombard cannon gets sniped as well by this group of marauding light cav. First town center down. Now a second one is going to go down. I don't know that skirmisher here is really what you're looking for. One Chukanu gets converted. Okay, let's see what kind of damage he can do to his former teammates. None. They turn around and immediately start firing on him. Never mind, he did kill one. Not bad, not bad at all. To the left, the battle continues. What was once a lush timber industry is now reduced to literally 2 villagers, and MbL's villager count is down 50 from where we saw it a minute ago. What the hell is going on? Mr. Yo is just raiding him non-stop in so many different directions, abusing the lack of mobility of these slow-moving, tanky mobile walls, and now MbL throwing away a few pike. Let's see what their attack... Remember, 25% attack advantage or bonus. Cavalry goes from 22 to 28, which means they are the perfect unit, but they're heading south to deal with skirmishers. No! Turn around. Turn around right now. If I had a better Schwarzenegger impression, I'd yell, "Get to the mobile wall." Oh no, another bombard cannon. Looks like it's going to get sniped. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. No, last minute snipe there by Mr. Yo, who continues to push in. Now he's literally sandwiched MbL into this narrow strip of land. But the Hussite wagons, don't discount them. 53 army supply to 53. But look at MbL's villager count. He just cannot rebuild this army if it dies. He needs to heal. He needs to repair. He needs to keep everything alive for as long as he possibly can. Otherwise, there's literally no hope for him. Because again, he's got no resources. And there is a fire truck right as the game ends. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Oh no, what an absolute collapse of our Bohemian civilization. Mr. Yo. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He just went absolutely crazy in the best way possible in Age of Empires. Infrastructure attacks to the west. Massive infrastructure attacks to the south. Destroying castles in the east. Plunging MbL's defenses into disarray in the north. raiding non-stop with these marauding bands of light cav. Holy moly. Download this game, watch this game, learn from this game, because Mr. Yo, I think in this game put on an absolute clinic of how to just pick apart your enemy and take advantage of slow moving units. Again, our Bohemian could have gone cavalry, could have, I say could have gone cavalry. It's not really, Bohemian cavalry isn't really great. I mean, take a look at the top left, no bloodlines, no plate barding armor. They don't even have hussars. So I'm going to retract that. He couldn't go cavalry. Let's see if he got Wagenburg. Let's take a look. When did he? So he hits castle. Okay. The usual standard upgrades here. Imperial. And then things get a little messy. And then Mr. Yo gets rocketry. Okay. So let's take a look at his Chukanu, because that's super cool. I mean, look at that attack. A 14 attack on an archer unit that fires multiple projectiles. Oh, man. Wow. What an absolute fun game. I mean, nothing to be said beyond the fact that Mr. Yo just, I mean, it was a whirlwind of aggression out of him. Let's take a look. 49 crossbows, 141 skirmishers, APM. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Similar, almost identical peak APM for MbL right at the end when he was being poked and picked apart. For Mr. Yo, literally right at the beginning of the game. Economy, I mean, look at this. Our Chinese at the end of the day, just overwhelming, even though he did get fewer relics. For one of the first games I've seen Mr. Yo get less relics or fewer relics than his opponents. 5,000 more wood. 10,000 more food, gold count basically identical, stone count basically identical, converts not really playing a role, 7 converts, kill count, oh my God, 147 villagers killed by Mr. Yo, total 315 units. Our Bohemian has killed more military, right? 296 minus 12 is bigger than 3. I mean, he's killed basically double the military, which is not surprising when your opponent's military consists of skirmishers, light cav, and Chukanu. These are not war elephants, you know, these are not boyars, these are not Lithuanian lechai. These are units with 40, 30, etc. HP. So not surprising here that our Bohemian killed more military, but the real redonkulous reason here, 147 villager kills. I'm going to zoom out. Look at our Bohemian settlement. I can literally click and drag a rectangle, a very thin, narrow rectangle, and his entire settlement fits into here. Oh my goodness, Mr. Yo. It was so close for so long. MbL was down a little bit in terms of villager supply. Then he was a tiny bit up, but ultimately nothing he could do. No wonder he was placing castles. I wonder if castle placement really is what hurt him at the end of the day. Did he really need 2 castles up the right flank here as opposed to 1 defensive one? I mean, he had 1 up here, right? That just ultimately got shot down by the more powerful, I guess, Chinese siege. And wow, what an absolute epic game. Not really much more to say, except if you're a fan and you want to learn how to poke away and literally pull your opponent into 1, 2, we'll say 3 for the castle, 4 directions. Oh my God, 5 directions. Watch this game. An absolute clinic out of Mr. Yo with that Chinese versatility. Man, some of these civs, like we saw yesterday, the Persians, or was it 2 days ago, the Persians, the Chinese, they're just so freaking versatile, and their massive economic bonuses allow them to take advantage, like I said, of their super fun tech trees, and you just never know what you're going to get. And ultimately, what Mr. Yo gets is the big W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.